Hey, Jacob.
Hey, Matt.
What are we driving today?
Oh, it's a
Mazda CX-60.
Oh, you interrupted me.
I'm excited. I'm really excited. I'm really excited because this thing is Mazda's foray into the upper premium market. This thing is really luxurious and there is a lot to talk about with this, so we're going to tell you everything that you need to know. So today you're going to see the CX-60's exterior, everything new because it's pretty exciting. We're going to move on to the interior and see just how luxury it is. Pretty mind-blowing. We're also going to test all of the powertrains. We're going to performance test them, 0 to 100, launch them, time them using our specialist timing gear, and also we're going to drive them, see what all of the new powertrains are like because they are mega. And then of course we're going to get into our final thoughts on the new Mazda CX-60, including its price. So Jacob,
let's do this.
let's do this. So it's a really extensive range with the Mazda CX-60, so much so I'm going to put it up on the screen now, but what you need to know is that there's 3 different model grades, and for each model grade you can also get 3 different choices of engine. So as I said, we're going to be testing out all the engines and we're going to look at the interior of the top spec Akami.
Oh, fuck, now I forgot.
God.
Azami Takumi.
That's it. Why do I struggle with that? It's so tough for me. Anyway, but we're going to be checking out the exterior of this, the GT with the plug-in hybrid powertrain.
And my favorite color.
And
Soul Red Crystal.
It tickles me to my core. But yeah, don't worry, you're going to be seeing absolutely everything today. So LED lights here, they are really bright and they've got a cool daytime running light to them too, and one of those pulsating indicators.
I like that.
It's very, very Mazda-ish. You've got a massive grille here with the Mazda badge. That's your radar. There's also some cameras up there. This thing just scored a 5-star NCAP safety rating, so if you get into an accident. Down the bottom, you have a little bit of a splitter, and it's also got some active aero here, especially for the PHEV. We'll get back to the powertrains, but essentially it wants to make the car as aerodynamic as possible, and it is quite bubbly. Jacob, let's check out the side. So on the base model, you get 19-inch wheels, but here we have these 20-inch wheels. They're also blacked out because it's part of that GT pack. So pretty big wheels, but you'll be amazed. It doesn't affect the ride quality. You have PHEV here. It changes depending on what you've got, whether you got the PHEV or the inline 6. Again, we'll come back to that. Blacked out mirror caps here with a 360 camera. It's actually got a really good 360 camera.
Yeah. I mean, it's strange how the left side is a different color than the right.
A little bit odd. Keyless entry and go, of course. And otherwise, it's not much going on. It actually looks quite reminiscent of a CX-5.
It's very Kodo design language.
Very Kodo design language. Let's check out the bum. And then coming to the bum, you'll see these really nice 3D effect lights. I like the design they're going for there. You've got the eSky Active PHEV badge there. Got a little Mazda badge there too. And CX-60 all-wheel drive.
Such a handsome car, isn't it?
Genuinely a beautiful car, like really elegant. Down the bottom, you do have a quad exhaust, but they're completely fake. So
how sporty.
How sporty. This thing is pretty fast though, as you'll see. Check this out though. Powered tailgate, as you would expect on a luxury-esque car. And you get plenty of space on the inside. This thing is dimensionally bigger than a CX-5 in every dimension. But still, it's really impressive. You can also fold down the rear seats individually, mind you. In everything except for the plug-in hybrid, you have a temporary space saver spare wheel. This one just has a goo kit, which is not the greatest. Also in the PHEV, you get a 220-volt socket, but it can go up to 1,500 watts. That's huge.
Whoa.
That's huge.
It's like proper vehicle to load.
But that's PHEV only. And with the second row down, you do get heaps of space as well. So overall, man, it's a pretty impressive package so far. Should we check out the interior?
Let's do it.
Oh, excuse me while I get in, turn on the car. It says, "Welcome, Daddy's girl," because, oh. Shh. Problem solved.
I like how I saw your problem-solving brain kick in there.
It was a lot of loading, I think. So yes, I am signed in. My profile's name is Daddy's Girl. Don't ask me. It's a long story. It's a long story. I didn't choose. Anyway, all I had to do was put in my details, like my height,
Your email address,
my weight,
your firstborn child's name,
the length of my left, joking. You just have to put in a few details and it actually gets you into the perfect position for you. There's a camera up here for facial recognition. Crazy technology. What's even crazier, Jacob, is just how bloody nice it is in here.
Dude, can you say the model name again for me, please?
It's the Mazda CX-60 Azumi Takumi. Azami Takumi.
Yes.
Yes. Keeping me on my toes. I like it. That's why I employ you. Soft touch materials everywhere. Now, Mazda did say that they were going to premium up their interiors. In fact, they were going to premium up the whole experience, including price. But let me tell you, it's really premium.
Dude, it's like almost a Lexus in here.
I would, like, genuinely, I would say it's luxury.
Yes.
It's so nice. To be fair, we are in the, oh God, Azami Takumi. Yes. Which, of course, does include the Takami pack.
You just said it.
Why do I struggle? Why do I struggle? I'm so slow. It's the Azami Takumi, and it's got the Takumi pack because it's in the name. And it means you get this really nice stitching here. I don't remember what they call it, but I'll put it on the screen. You have white Napa leather seats. Some would call this creamy interior.
Some have called it that.
And I really like it. You've also got real wood. This is all real wood. The steering wheel feels amazing. Let me just grab onto it more. Love it. You got buttons to control everything. You've also got a huge infotainment display, which is really bright, color accurate, very fast. However, it's not touchscreen unless you are in Apple CarPlay or Android Auto and the car has its parking brake on and is in park. Otherwise, you have to use the controller down here. It's all part of Mazda's, what do they call it?
Safety philosophy.
It's essentially
human-machine interface.
That's it. Human-machine interface. I don't love that, and I just wish they'd make it fully touchscreen. It's just as distracting. You still have to look at the screen. Anyway.
You know what? I used to agree with you. My mind has changed.
We have hidden cup holders here that will fit my water bottle. We have air conditioning controls here that are amazing because they're physical. They're just not in the stupid screen like so many other cars. I will say I've noticed a couple of build quality, I'm not going to call them issues. I just think that they're a part of the car. Like up here, this is like loose. I've never really seen that. And also up here with the heads-up display, which is very good. You've got a, I don't know, it just flexes quite a lot. But they're my only complaints because otherwise it's really, really solid. Like listen to this thonk. Shut up.
Oh, that is solid.
That was a thonk. That was also a water bottle thonk. Oh, that is so nice and soft touch. Press a couple of buttons and it opens up. Got a couple of USB-C ports in there because we're modern boys. And we have plenty of storage, although it's not the deepest, I will say. You do get a pretty nice glove box. It's felt lined, very primo touch there. You've got a 12-volt socket up here and a wireless charger, although it's not very wide. So I hope you have a narrow phone, people. For the first time on any Mazda, you get a panoramic sunroof, and it is massive, though there is a large black bar in between, but that's okay. We'll pretend that it's a proper full panel. Shout out to the Bose speakers as well. They sound beautiful, and also the door bins, didn't mention those. Pretty decent size.
And most of the stuff that's in the interior is actually available on other option packs on the lower grades.
Exactly. So just
like that.
Spend more money.
Yeah, just do it.
You paupers.
What's that even mean?
I don't know. Maybe I was thinking of peasants.
Pipers? Pay the piper?
Pepper, piker, picker, pepper, pepper. Let's check out the back seats. Alrighty, the back seats. Actually, Jacob, look at this. 90-degree opening doors. Parents, eat your hearts out. You're gonna love it. You're gonna love it in the back of your new Mazda CX-60. I'm not a salesman, I'm just a review guy. Let me close the door. Oh, quality! Look at all this material. It's just as nice as up front. Actually, maybe that's a bit, it's like soft but scratchy.
How weird is that?
That is weird. What kind of, can someone, plastics engineers, down in the comment section, let me know. What is that?
Yeah, all two of you.
Now, I'm but a 179 medium king. I have plenty of legroom. Headroom is awesome. Towroom is really good too. This thing is actually bigger than a Mazda CX-5 in pretty much every way. Map pockets here are really nice. You get the same, Napa leather, really good. Let me pull this armrest down in an elegant way. Very tight. Nice soft leather with a couple of cup holders there too. And you're not going to be wanting for extra accessories back here, Jacob. You've got a couple of air vents, you've got heated outboard seats, which is nice, 2 USB-C ports, and a household socket, which is awesome. It means that this car actually has an inverter, and it's 150 watt, which is, that's pretty good.
It's decent.
That'd run my, my gaming laptop.
You nerd.
I'm a little bit of a nerd. Jacob, enough rambling. Let's performance test it.
All right.
Okay, friend, now we're gonna launch all of them, but we're gonna start with the petrol to standardize. We're gonna put the car into sport mode across the range. We're gonna brake boost launch it and see how it goes. Fist me. Let's do it. Doesn't want to brake boost, that's okay. Whoa. Whoa. 0 to 100 in 6.98 seconds. Okay, let's launch the diesel. All right, friend, performance testing the diesel. You know what to do. Let's do this. Brake boost, launch it. Here we go.
a gentle, oh, here we go.
Bro, that sounds amazing.
It shifts so quickly too.
Oh, it's pretty impressive.
That is amazing.
0 to 100 in 7.43 seconds. For a diesel,
That's incredible.
that's amazing. Let's check out the plug-in hybrid. All right, bro, time to launch the PHEV. Let's do it.
I have high expectations. Ooh. Oh,
Oh,
come on.
come on, baby.
Come on.
Oh, oh.
Whoa, okay. I did not expect that.
0 to 100 in 6.14 seconds.
Are you kidding me?
Holy shit. What the f? Where did that come from? Alrighty, so finally, driving the Mazda CX-60.
Let's give it some sauce.
Holy shit, man.
Bro, is this a sports car?
This thing gets up fast, quick.
Why does it sound that good?
Okay, let's just talk about the engine because we're going to be driving all of them. But we're starting off with the Petrol, the 3.3 litre inline 6-cylinder petrol, puts out 209 kilowatt of power, 450 newton meters of torque, which is unreal because it's longitudinally mounted. I can't say that word. Longitudinally mounted. And it's all-wheel drive, but rear-wheel drive biased. So not only do you get a bigger engine, 3.3 litre, which is unreal that they've gone up from the 2.5 litre max to 3.3 litre, but you've also got a car that's rear-wheel drive biased,
Oh my God.
kicks down really well.
Bro, this powertrain is unreal.
It's no joke.
Yeah.
It is no joke. So across the range, you get standard non-adaptive dampers, and it's definitely comfort focused. And so if you really want to nitpick about what's not amazing about the CX-60 is its cornering abilities.
You say that, but it's still pretty good.
It's still very good.
Yeah.
Very good. But I think we noticed a bit of body roll,
Yeah.
especially around like these kind of corners, but it's quite minimal.
I mean, it's definitely comfort focused, but it's still very capable.
Extremely capable. It's really impressive. So across this and the diesel, they're both 48 volt mild hybrids. I'm not going to say that this is very fuel efficient though. We've been averaging about 11 litres per 100 kilometres, which actually for a turbocharged inline 6-cylinder is pretty impressive.
Yeah, it's not the worst.
But yeah, it's certainly not the best either. It's no hybrid. So don't think that you're getting into a 48 volt mild hybrid and, you know, therefore you've got a hybrid car. It doesn't quite work like that. And for those interested, the motor for the electric system is actually sandwiched between the transmission and the engine.
Oh. So there's like no lag at all when it switches. Oh my God.
Wow.
I feel like even when it's shifting, which are like really quick shifts, it's still accelerating.
Yeah.
You know?
It's really interesting. So they've gone with an 8-speed automatic transmission, but it's not torque converter. There's no torque converter in it. It's manually shifting. I don't know how that works. I'm not an engineer though. And apparently that means they get smoother shifts, like quite substantially so. And I can believe them. We can use the paddles here to downshift.
No, it genuinely feels more sporty.
Go through quite a few different gears.
There's it is 8-speed. Oh man, those shifts are great.
One of the things they worked on actually was the sound of the engine. They wanted this car to be emotional, and I'll give it to them. It sounds phenomenal.
Man, you cannot beat an inline 6 for sound. Oh, it's beautiful.
But, and this is what I'm talking about, like this, I guess, body control when you are at this higher speed, like,
Oh yeah, you feel that for sure.
You can feel the wafting, and sometimes when you hit a bump, especially at this higher speed, it doesn't feel as controlled as, you know, a German competitor. But it's actually not even in a German competitor space in terms of pricing.
No. It's definitely premium for Mazda pricing, but it's not quite at the BMW level.
This is amazing.
This is genuinely blowing my mind right now. I can't believe we're sitting in a Mazda.
This is like, I feel like I'm sitting in a luxury car with a, you know, really premium drivetrain. In German cars,
Yeah.
you know, 30, 40 grand more expensive, you're getting a 4-cylinder. And here we have an inline 6 that sounds, I just can't get over that sound. It sounds so good. And the other thing they do, by the way, is they make the displacement huge, 3.3 litres for two things. One is emissions, and the other is reliability. they've understressed this engine. I promise you it can put out a lot more power than 209 kilowatt.
Do you reckon there's going to be an aftermarket tuning kit for a CX-60?
I reckon that they will become available. I don't know, man. It'll be really interesting to see. Imagine if this becomes like the next 2JZ. I don't think
Very
so.
well could. It's a very good powertrain.
It's super impressive. But I think that's enough about the petrol. I wouldn't call it rambling.
No, it was a little bit rambling.
I'd call it enthusiastic talking.
Maybe.
Let's move on to the diesel. All right, friend, driving the 3.3 litre inline 6 turbo diesel.
Oh man, these roads are pretty terrible.
Yeah, New South Wales, pick up your act. It's got 187 kilowatt of power, 550 newton meters of torque.
It is a healthy chunk of torque.
I am still genuinely in shock with
These engines are
what
sick.
they've done. Can I show you something really fun?
Can you show me, please?
I don't think I've ever had fun in a diesel car before. Let's put the car into sport mode. Oh! Bro, this thing
pulls.
This thing is quick.
No, like genuinely.
It's genuinely quick. I will say these roads are terrible. Oh my God, New South Wales, what are you doing? What's wrong with you?
I'll tell you what though, if we were in any other car though, we would be bouncing and bumping all over the road. We wouldn't even be able to have a conversation.
It's so comfortable. It works really well and it's got the exact same transmission as the petrol version. You don't really notice that mild hybrid coming in, but look at our fuel economy, 6.5 litres per 100 kilometres.
Actually pretty good.
And we've been driving like nincompoops.
Nincompooping.
Man.
All over the place.
Oh. I'll be honest with you, man.
This thing's great. I think I'd go for the diesel.
I think I'd go for the diesel.
Yeah.
But hang on, we need a reserve judgment. Because now we need to drive the plug-in hybrid. Let's check that one out.
Oh yeah.
So Jacob, we're driving the first ever plug-in hybrid Mazda.
Is that first with a PH?
As well, it is, yes. But it's not very thirsty.
Ah, good one. 2.1 litres combined fuel economy.
Yeah, we're getting about 2.9 litres, so really not too far off the mark.
Pretty damn good.
So you get a, 17 point something kilowatt hour battery. Which is
that.
It's not the biggest, it's not the smallest, but you do get about 70 kilometers of real world driving range, which is really impressive. And that's connected to the plug-in hybrid powertrain, but it puts out some pretty serious numbers. It puts out 241 kilowatt of power, 500 newton meters of torque. We'll give it some sauce in a moment, but that's pretty impressive.
That's especially considering that it's an inline 4-cylinder.
Obviously, because of the electric motor though, that's where you get the real bump. I don't think the 2.5 litre would do too well on its own in this car.
They showed like the torque of the engine and then it like doubles it with the electric power. Which is unreal.
Makes sense. I mean, you put your foot down. Takes a...
I have to say, the petrol engine is a lot peppier.
It feels a lot peppier.
Yeah, maybe it's not actually, but...
It's a little bit more, I suppose, linear. Whereas this, you put your foot down, takes a second, then it goes. Tell you what though, you get up pretty quick.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
I don't even know what that means.
I don't know what that means either. I will say though, one thing I'm glad about is that the ride quality doesn't feel like it's worse because of that plug-in hybrid powertrain. Often because it's a lot heavier. That battery pack weighs a lot. The ride quality can be compromised compared to the non-EV versions, but I'll tell you what, this one's actually pretty damn good.
It feels very similar to the petrol and diesel. And I will say the cornering feels almost the same as well. So
I think the cornering is actually a little bit better.
It's a bit tighter there.
Yeah. I felt less body roll, which makes sense because the center of gravity is lower because of that battery pack. Let's try this one out. Try this one on for size. Yeah, it's funny. I don't think, like, I get why you get the plug-in hybrid, especially if you want, one, environmental purposes, two, you want better fuel economy because you keep it topped up and you'll be totally fine. But then you go out to the countryside like we're in now and you don't have to pull over and charge the car. Once it runs out of battery, it just uses the car like a Toyota hybrid system where it gives little bursts of power when needed and the regenerative braking in the engine will recharge that battery.
No, I agree. I totally get the appeal of a plug-in hybrid, but I just feel like the performance of the petrol and the diesel,
Yeah.
are blowing me away compared to this. Honestly, like they felt a lot faster.
I think the diesel would be the pick.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah,
Frugality, but still has like that power, that punch.
exactly.
Gives you a little knock in the teeth, you know?
A little slap
A little slap in the face.
with a wet fish.
But to give this car credit where credit is due, if we put the car into sport mode, it actually optimizes that electric motor and all the EV everythings.
Okay,
Very raspy note to that
Yeah.
four-cylinder. I kind of like it.
it is.
Look, it's pretty good, but yeah, I don't know. I think I prefer that petrol.
Yeah. Look, the best driving one for me was the petrol. The one I'd probably actually buy is the diesel.
I think so. I think most people are with you on that one.
Yeah.
Let us know though in the comment section, what's your favorite powertrain? Okay, so final thoughts on the all-new Mazda CX-60. Jacob, I think they've smashed it out of the park.
Yeah.
Impressive.
Very impressive. All three powertrains are so impressive.
I will say though, it is like not cheap. It's not actually that expensive when you consider like an X3 starts at like over 100 grand. This isn't quite X3 levels of refinement, but what you get is fantastic. I think the packaging is so good. I think it feels like a super premium place to be. Drives amazingly well. These new powertrains are so good. Exactly what a driver enthusiast would want. Rear-wheel drive biased, inline six, longitudinally mounted. If you don't know what that means, just it means it's awesome.
It means it feels great to drive.
And apparently good for the environment too.